If you're a male VTuber or you care about them, I want you to hear this. You're not crazy. You're not just coping, and you're definitely not alone. The VTuber scene loves to say it's for everyone, but over 70% of VTubers are female presenting, and most of the biggest names are women. It can feel like the industry was never really built for you in the first place. Today, I'm not here to farm sympathy. I'm not a male VTuber, and I'm not pretending I know your struggle from the inside. I am a woman, and I want to use my platform to make sure that you get seen. So let's talk honestly about the numbers, the helplessness, and the burnout, and why you're a lot stronger than this industry wants you to believe. Let's start with the stats. Multiple industry reports, stream charts, stream hatchet, VTuber market breakdowns all basically say the exact same thing. Female VTubers are the majority. In recent reports, female VTubers make up just over 70% of all VTubers globally. One Q3 breakdown put it at about 67% female and 30% male, with a tiny remainder as organization or other. Stream Hatchet's 2024 analysis went even harder. They estimated around 80% of all VTubers are female in appearance. So before anyone says, well, there's tons of dudes, you're exaggerating. No. On a structural level, the model everyone pictures when they hear VTuber is anime girl. Now, let's flip to the audience side. Convoy's VTuber analysis and later write-ups from VTuber-focused blogs point out something weird. The audience is reversed. Around 70 to 80% of VTuber viewers are male, and only 20 to 30% are female. So we have mostly male viewers watching mostly female VTubers. That's not a crime. Female VTubers working hard and thriving is a good thing, but it does shape the ecosystem. One 2025 industry report looking at the top 4,000 VTubers found that 70.2% of the most popular channels use a female model. Only 27.1% focus on men, with a tiny sliver listed as others. So from the very top, you exist, but the spotlight almost never lands on you. If you feel like you're playing on hard mode as a male VTuber, the math does back you up. So let's talk culture, both Corpo and indie. On the corporate side, look at HoloLive and HoloStars. HoloLive is one of the biggest agencies in the world, and it's famous for its female talents. Their male branch, HoloStars, is literally branded as a separate group, an all-boys unit inside HoloLive production. HoloStars members are talented as hell. Singers, gamers, entertainers, but they've always been framed as the male branch. Almost an alternate route instead of the main road. HoloLive has publicly cited that around 80% of its audience is male, which lines up with the broader data. That means the classic idol VTuber fantasy is still mostly male audience, female performer. Rival agencies like Niji Sanji have some insanely successful male VTubers. Kazuha is the most obvious example, with a strong male fanbase and mixed audience. But even there, if you look at the overall rosters and top viewed charts, female talents still dominate the front page. On the indie side, it's different, but not that different. Most indie VTubers live on Twitch, which already skews male in viewership. Agencies and marketing articles literally pitch VTubers as a great way to reach young male audiences. And they highlight exactly what you would expect: cute anime girls, waifu culture, and sometimes parasocial girlfriend vibes. So even the business language around VTubers treats male talents as a niche or an exception or a secondary demographic, when the whole ecosystem, Corpo, brands, discover pages, keeps centering female models. Male VTubers internalize a message: you're allowed to be here, but it wasn't really made for you. So how does that actually feel on the ground? From male VTubers posting on forums and social media, there's some reoccurring themes. Feeling invisible, you're streaming consistently, improving your audio, working on overlays, and someone with a brand new cute girl model explodes past you in a week. Recommendation lists, collab circles, clip channels, top VTubers to watch videos, they all skew heavily female. It starts to feel like the algorithm, the culture, and the audience are all quietly saying, "We're not looking for you." Maybe it feels like you're doing VTubing wrong. There's, quote, approved male archetypes: the idle boy, the femboy, the chaotic clown, the deep voiced Eichmann. If you don't fit one of these molds, it's easy to think, maybe I shouldn't exist here at all. There's pressure to soften your voice, change your model, or play a role just to be seen as marketable. Collabs and networking walls. A lot of growth comes from collabs, but mixed gender roles in collabs can come with baggage. There's fear of shipping drama, parasocial jealousy, or people assuming ulterior motives. In corpo spaces, some male talents have talked about feeling like they're the side branch, marketed less, and treated as risky. And if you layer burnout on top of that, you watch female friends skyrocket while you're stuck under 10 to 50 viewers, sometimes even less. You study the numbers and see article after article confirming that the system statistically favors women, not because they don't deserve it, but just because the market is built that way. And after months of this, it's completely normal to ask, is it my content or is it just my gender and model? Am I wasting my time? That helplessness is real. It's not weakness. It's a human response to pushing against a wall that keeps pretending it isn't there. So here's the part that I care about the most. How do you keep going without burning out completely? Again, I'm not a male VTuber. I'm not here to just tell you to grind harder. That would be cruel. What I can do is pull from what creators and researchers say actually helps. We have to redefine what success looks like. If your only metric of success is be Gouda but male, you're going to feel like a failure forever. Instead, why don't we focus on depth over raw numbers? How many people actually show up every stream and care about you? If you're just starting, that can be 1 or 2, and sometimes 0. Celebrate small milestones, whether it be that one consistent viewer that comes in and lurks in your channel, or maybe you create a Discord server and you've got a couple of friends that hop in your streams. These are all small milestones that will help you keep going even when it feels tough. And Lord knows when you first experience getting fan art for the first time, the first returning raider. Industry reports show that the gender split at the top barely moves quarter to quarter. So if the top 1% is already structurally skewed, chasing only that is setting yourself up to feel like you're losing a game that was rigged from startup. Lean into what only you can offer. You don't have to be the male version of X popular girl streamer. You can be the guy who makes super cozy zatsus for other dudes who don't feel safe in idle girlfriend chats. Openly queer, neurodivergent, disabled, or just weird in ways that help others feel less alone to create community. A chill, stable presence in a sea of chaos clips. Niji Sanji's success with male talents like Kazuha happened because they didn't try to copy-paste the traditional idol girl formula. They let him be a streamer-style, competitive, slightly scuffed chaos gremlin, and that clicked with people. Your strength is in being a very specific person, not a template. Build support horizontally, not just upwards. If the corpo's doors feel shut and the algorithm's doors feel rigged, build sideways. Collab with other male VTubers, small or mid-sized. Make male VTuber nights, group games, podcast, themes events that spotlight each other. Support one another. Support indie corpos or collectives that are actually investing in male talents, not just using them as a token branch. Holostars exist because someone at Cover did believe male VTubers deserve structure and branding. Even if they're not pushed as hard, the model is there. You can mimic that energy on a smaller indie scale. Start your own Little Stars project if you feel, and protect yourself from burnout like it's part of the job. This is huge because when you think about it, content creation takes so much of our time that it can be considered a full-time job or a part-time if you're only doing it part-time. You should set stream limits, whether it be the number of days, the number of hours. You never want to push yourself too far, even though you can be very excited and want to stream all the time. You should always take care of yourself. Have at least just one day where you're not touching streaming, editing, or even looking at your metrics. Rotate your content so you're not doing something you hate just because it performs. Separate me, the person, from me, the model, as much as you can. You're allowed to exist offline without being on all the time. Burnout doesn't mean you failed. It means the load was heavier than the human brain is built to carry nonstop. And I do want to talk to a very specific group for a second. The guys who haven't quite started yet because you're scared that it won't be worth it. Maybe you're sitting there with a PNG, or maybe you don't even have a model yet and you've got a notebook full of ideas and maybe you've got your name, but you keep seeing posts like male VTubers have it harder and you're thinking, so why even bother? Why set myself up to fail? First of all, that fear is valid. You are not being dramatic. Looking at the numbers and thinking, that's rough for people like me, is a reasonable reaction. And here's the thing nobody tells you: the fact that it's harder for you statistically doesn't mean it's pointless personally. There are things that you can only learn, only experience, and only become by actually trying. You might discover that you love streaming even if you're small. The first 5 to 10 people might actually become real friends, not just usernames. And you might even realize your voice or your presence is exactly what some other lonely person out there needs. You don't have to become a corporate superstar for it to have been worth it. Ask yourself this: if you stream for a year and you never make it past 20 viewers, but you gain confidence, you get better at talking, you learn new skills, you meet a few people who genuinely care about you, was it actually a waste? Because all of that comes with you, even if you ever stop. If you never start, you say stuck in the worst timeline: zero growth, zero experience, and zero proof of what you could have been. I'm not saying just do it, bro, and ignore the reality that it's harder. I'm saying start small. Don't aim for partner or millions of subs on day one. Aim for, can I go live once this week? Start safe. Use a simple model, a basic overlay, free assets. It's okay to allow yourself to be scuffed. We all started somewhere. And start with curiosity instead of expectation. Treat your first 3 to 6 months as an experiment. What do I actually like about streaming? Do I like it? How does it feel? You deserve the chance to find out who you are as a creator. And if at any point you realize, you know what, this isn't for me, that's not failure. That's clarity. You tried, you learned more about yourself, and you move forward with more self-knowledge than you did before. But if there's a version of you out there 2 years from now who has a tiny little community, a chat that knows your jokes, fan art of your silly model, maybe even one viewer who messages, your streams helped me through a bad time, that version of you is begging you to take the first step. Not because the algorithm will magically fix itself, but because you deserve to know what you're capable of when you stop writing yourself off before you even begin with. So to every aspiring male VTuber who hasn't gone live yet because you're scared that it won't be worth it, you don't owe anyone a debut. You don't owe anyone a success, but you owe yourself a fair chance. Hit live once, see how it feels, and then decide. And if you do start and it's hard and you feel invisible, I hope you remember this video and know that there are people rooting out there for you, even if we've never met. I do want to say this directly to any male VTuber listening: the fact that you're still here is proof of your strength. You chose to step into a space that statistically and culturally does not center you. You're trying to grow in an ecosystem where every trend, every VTuber best of, and every marketing deck keeps defaulting to girl with intricate design. And despite that, you're still learning the tech, refining your model, showing up live in front of strangers, and pouring pieces of your soul into content. That is not weakness. That is stubborn, quiet, and ridiculous strength. You shouldn't have to be twice as good for half the results, but I see you doing it anyways, and I want more people to see you too. So here's where I stand very clearly. I am not a male VTuber. I am not pretending I've lived your exact experience. I'm making it because the numbers say that you are underrepresented, and the culture shows you're often treated as a side dish instead of the main course. In the post I see from male VTubers, Corpo, and Indie, tell me a lot of you that are tired discouraged, and feeling like the odds are stacked against you. If my voice can reach people that you possibly can't, I want to use it to point back at you and say, hey, look at them. They're here and they matter. So if you're a viewer, take this as a gentle challenge. Check out a male VTuber that you've never watched before. Drop a follow on someone under 50 viewers. Hype up their streams the way you hype up the big girls. And if you're a male VTuber, please don't take this as pressure to grind yourself into dust for the cause. Your health and your happiness matter more than any algorithm, any metric, and any movement. If you need a break, take it. If you need to quit, you're allowed to. You're not a failure for stepping back from something that hurts. But if there's still a spark in you, if there's still a part of you that wants to make people laugh or feel safe or feel seen, then I hope this video gives you permission to honor that too. Because when you keep showing up as yourself in a space that wasn't designed for you, you're not just trying to be a streamer. You're changing what a VTuber can look like. You're expanding the blueprint. You're making it easier for the next guy, the next kid, the next anxious voice behind a model who thinks there is no place for someone like me. So to every male VTuber, Corpo, indie, PNG, 3D, or still just an idea in a sketchbook, I see you. You're not a mistake in this scene. You're part of the reason it can grow into something better. And as long as I have a platform, I'm going to keep pointing people towards you. If you're a viewer and you made it this far, do one thing for me today. Follow a male VTuber under 50 viewers. Say hi in their chat. Let them know you found them. Tiny moment might be the difference between them giving up and giving it one more try. And if you are a male VTuber, drop a comment so people can find you and check you out. Use this comment section like a little discovery hub for one another. Please check them out, boost them, and help prove this space really can be for everyone. Thanks for watching, and to all the guys still fighting the uphill battle, you're doing so much more than you think.